Well, there are a few things in life that are quite as good as coming home from work to a new phone. Ta-da! Even if the said new phone is almost 2 months old now, it's not like I'm a brat and have to have the new phone on the day of release. Or is it? But I'm going to hold back my bitterness and the reasons why I haven't got this phone yet and just get to unboxing the Z Fold 6 in the silver colour. Oh, isn't it weird how companies are kind of like applauded for, look at us going green, there's no plastic in our packaging anymore. Essentially all you've done is put stickers on the thing, do you know what I mean? It's not that innovative. And we're the ones who get told to recycle anyway, you just do what you want. But hey ho, it doesn't matter. Let's just unbox this beautiful, beautiful silver coloured giant slab of a phone. Look at that. You absolute beauty. I'm just going to take that off straight away because you ugly, you gotta go. So, yeah, stuck. Get off me. There we go. Take the phone out with a paper tab underneath, obviously. The papered screen protector, obviously. Paper, paper, paper. And that's all that's in that side. That's all she wrote. Ta-da! But in this side is not much either, really, because you've all been here before. You know how the drill goes. There's a cable. There's things that we never read. And there's a SIM card ejector tool. And again, that's all she wrote. I mean, don't never read these, but there might be something in there that tells us how to unlock our unlimited potential or earn $1 million. Bye. Maybe you'll read it tomorrow. So, star of the show. Here we are. The silver Z Fold 6. So key differences, apart from the internals, obviously we've got the upgraded processor and all that jazz. The exciting part here, camera rings are different, but the cameras are pretty much the same, apart from the ultra wide. But looking at camera comparison tests, let me know if you want me to do a camera comparison test. Write it in that little box at the bottom, just below that subscribe button and the little thumbs up bit thing. There we go. If you're right there. Also different is the square corners. So I'll bring in the Z Fold 5 and it. Oh, shh. Don't know what it is about that noise, but I just freaking love it. So that's that done. Screen protector off. Creases still there. If you're bothered by it, don't be a weirdo. Do you mean this is a innovative, sexy, beautiful? That is a stiff hinge. Not stiff in a bad way, but stiff in a good way. So, you know, it's a metal and glass combination with all-day battery life, 2-day battery life in some instances. A hinge, it's waterproof. That's nice matte side. It's actually quite stiff, but easier to open than the Z Fold 5, and the button's a bit more slightly different. They feel different to me. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, it's a tablet that folds in half to become a phone, or a phone that unfolds to become a tablet. If you are bothered by this, where you have to put it to a certain angle and certain lights to see it, and when the screen's on, even on the Z Fold 5, which is now 14 months old, yeah, look at them fingerprints. Look, you turn the screen on, and I'm looking at it head on there. That's how I'll be looking at it. There's no freaking crease, let's be real. But, oh look, that's all people can think about is, oh, it's so ugly and off-putting and where. Shut up. Let's power this on. We were talking today, and remember the days when you used to get a new phone, and it would be like, you have to plug it in overnight before you use it. I mean, going back to the days of pre-smartphone phones. Oh, this is embarrassing with the live. Oh, okay. Whew. I thought I had a dodgy model then. I was about to cry on camera. That would be embarrassing. Speaker grills are slightly different as well on this one. Does still open completely flat. Still got the little, you see, it's slightly raised around the outside. So you can not worry about putting it face down or closing it too hard. Wonder if there is any difference between putting English United Kingdom and English Ireland. Do you mean, it always tempt me, like, put it in Irish just to see. So I'm just going to log into my Wi-Fi and do all that jazz in a minute. I'll pause and then come back to it. Okay, so I'm signed in and almost ready to go. I'm not going to sign into my normal account just yet. Just wanted to get in the Wi-Fi so we can get in. Choose your search engine. And people say Android is too locked in. And look, you got all these options to choose what your default search engine is. You can go Bing or Yahoo search if you really wanted to. Hi, I'm back. Hello. So the phone is all signed in to the Wi-Fi. Just need to set my SIM up and obviously customize it to how I want it. And also need to get the focus right on the video because things be looking blurry. There we go. So I've not done any of that because I'm far too excited to just get this video finished and just sit there and chill and do it in my own time. But yeah, there's a lot that I do change. I'll do a follow-up video of like what I'm using now. Even you see me swiping there, I use gestures. I don't use these things because yeah, I prefer gestures. So I'll change that because that makes me sick. One thing that I do want to talk about though, oh, that nice solid hinge. Not that. So the swipe to open. I've not even set up a lock yet. The screen, everyone kind of said it was the same because it's just like, oh, they've changed it by 0.5 millimeter. Something like that anyway. But if you look at these two side by side, right, you probably can't tell as much on here, but it's a lot more than just a millimeter because the way the hinge on the 6 has gone in compared to the way it protrudes on the, I want to try and show you better, like, there you go, there's much more hinge visible on the 5 than there was on the 6, sorry, on the 5 than there is on the 6. The hinge is a lot more hidden, giving it that slimmer profile, making it look a lot more like a standard slab phone, and the keyboard shows this, so get the keyboard up real quick on both of these. Go to the browser and just go into there. So looking at the screens side by side, again, I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but it does look like it's going to be a lot easier to type on the 6 because it's got more real estate. And again, just to show something else, let's go to playbooks. Right, okay, so the same book on both phones, but because of the extra screen real estate, which doesn't seem like much, you can see there though, reading the book, you get an extra word on the line. I'm saying that out loud, I know, an extra word, amazing. But day to day, that does make a difference because having that extra word, all right, realistically, the extra screen real estate is just an extra letter or two maybe to get the extra word in, so there's less space, but it does show there's a lot more to it. So if you look at most of the lines on there, you're getting, so the top one, you get the word met added onto the end of the line, and then you get taken added onto the next line, months into on the line after that, so you're getting a couple of extra words on that one. So if you go down line by line, you can see that small difference in slimming down the bezels and making the screen a little bit bigger, so the phone doesn't feel much bigger. In fact, it's actually lighter and feels nicer in the hand because of flat edges. But looking at that, you can see it makes a big difference in terms of typing on a keyboard and reading and looking at images day to day. It's going to be easier and more usable as a phone and as a tablet, because if we take that same book again and we go down to the bottom, and it's hard trying to fit them both in, and I can't go into widescreen because it's filming in 8K, so apologies, I want to go into ultra wide. But if we look down the bottom here, yeah, look, there, the last part of it on this one, on the 6, right, you got there were celebrations, that line there, right, 3 lines up, there were celebrations. If we go onto that same page on the Z Fold 5, there were celebrations is on the 2nd line up, not the 3rd, and it's a little bit further to the right as well. So those millimeters add up, especially on the big screen, because you're getting an extra line and a half of text, or line and a bit of text in that, just because one word each line. And that's the kind of thing I do use my phone for. And even the fact that, like, when you're using split screen, so you bring in 2 apps side by side, let's just bring in Chrome, it's a lot closer to a full screen size. Do you mean you're getting each individual side of the screen is a bit bigger rather than it being minuscule, because you're now getting a little bit extra on each one. So it's almost like a normal phone screen size, just having that bit. So 2 apps side by side is now close to 2 phones side by side in theory. But yeah, that's my unboxing and impressions. Loving the hinge, the feel of it, the matte finish, the almost matte metal sides, because it's not quite matte. You know, your finger does glide over it. It feels smooth, but it looks frosted. Let's just confirm about the buttons, because the buttons did feel slightly different. But I think it is just because it's matte, whereas they're quite shiny. And that button does feel more, this one feels more rigid, so I don't know, it's just with age, this one's got looser, maybe. But then buttons feel the same, other than the fact that one's glossy, one is not so glossy. Right, I'm going to go get this all set up and be happy and love life and everything. I'll be back in a couple of days of my initial impressions. Does it feel like I've got a new phone? Does it not feel like I've got a new phone? Who knows? Right, so, back soon. Thank you for watching the video. You've already given it a thumbs up because I asked you before, and you're very nice people. And, yeah, you're already subscribed. Love you lots. See you soon.